Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So today we're checking out some more accessories for the iPhone 17 series. So these have been sent out to me by ESR. So this is a couple of their wallet stands, and these do have the Apple Find My integration built into them. So if you do take them off, then it will keep a record of where they've actually been or where they were last used. So here you can see the actual packaging. I believe both of these are the exact same design, and it's just the color variants that they kind of stand out in terms of the differences between the two. All right, so let's get these opened up and take a look. And on the back of these, it does say that this one is midnight and this one is the caramel shade. So the two different colors that they've actually sent out. Okay, so taking it out of the box, this is how it is presented. So we do have a little pamphlet there. You have the quick start guide, which is rather thick, and you also have the user manual there as well, which once again for a wallet is rather thick. What else do we get? We get that same kind of card that we get with the other ESR products, and then we have the wallet itself, and we also have a little charging cable as well. So rather than a removable battery, these do actually charge up on the actual wallets themselves. Okay, so taking this out, let's take a look at what we actually have. So first thing is the hinge is kind of mechanical, so it's not just flopping about. It does have resistance there. Okay, so taking a look at the actual wallet itself, you can see it does have a few functions. So you do have a little pull tab just there to work as a sort of pop socket type thing. So if you do want to use this on the back of the phone. And let's just test out the MagSafe. So the MagSafe itself is very strong, depending on the material. So it feels like it does also, yeah, you can see just there. So it does have the alignment magnet, and you do actually feel that lock on quite well. So just there, I can feel that that has locked on. So this is how it would look. It does add quite a bit of bulk, but then you are also getting quite a bit of functionality. So as I mentioned, you do have that sort of finger loop just there in order to help with one-handed use. Let's just pull this off for a second. We'll leave the phone to a side. So we do have a little section at the bottom just there where you can push up in order to remove the cards. And let's just take a look. So you have one section on the inside for identification, so maybe a driver's license, something like that. And on the outside is where you would put the majority of your cards. So let's just try that again. Let's see how many cards we think we can actually get in here. So I reckon you should at least be able to get 2 or 3 cards into this section here. And then you also have the option of the interior one as well for ID. So as we can see there, it says before turning on, ensure the device is fully charged before turning on. And the charging indication is once the light changes from amber or yellow to green, that means it's fully charged. And it does come with its own charging cable included. And it is, as you would expect, RFID blocking. Okay, and you do have a little button just there. I should have actually charged this before pressing that. And in terms of the charging cable, as you can see, it is a sort of MagSafe type. So it does just clip on just there, and I don't think it will make a difference which way around it actually goes. Now the other end of this charging cable is USB-C, so you will need to be sure that you have a USB-C charging device. So what I will do is just pull this power bank, which I know does have USB-C, and we'll get this plugged in, and you can see just there. So yeah, once that light changes to green, then that means it's good to go and you can actually start using it fully. And even though it says don't power it on, what we'll do is we'll just get this fully set up in the app. So in order to use it, you just press the button to power it on. You will then navigate to the Find My app on your phone and go to devices and then hit new device. You would go to add other items, and it's detected the ESR HaloLock Geo wallet stand. You hit connect, and it's as simple as that. We now have it added. Okay, so one thing that is really impressive is the MagSafe strength. So I've used quite a lot of wallets with my iPhone. Most of my cards are actually stored in a wallet that I just keep in my jacket, and I only attach once I'm going somewhere like Costco or somewhere where I need the actual cards. But the strength of this is actually quite impressive, and it's the only one that I can actually do this with. Now the flap does open a little, but I would say if you're using it one-handed, then this is still perfectly fine in terms of the strength as well as the sort of flexibility this gives. So it does look like this whole section of the wallet is going to be all of your electronics, so your battery as well as your magnets and your charging setup. And then this side is where you've got everything to do with the actual wallet itself. So like I said, you've got one section for ID, and then on the outside you could probably get, I would say, at least 2, possibly 3, and over time if it did stretch out then you could probably fit more, because you can see I am able able to open that up quite a bit. You do have that little tab at the bottom there as well, just to be able to push the cards out. It's made of what looks like a sort of faux leather. Overall, it's not too bad considering the extra functionality it's giving you, and having the charging means that you never have to worry about replacing batteries. And there, once again, we can see what it actually looks like when it's charging with their own ESR branded MagSafe charger just there. And the final sort of feature is the actual stand itself. So it does work in both orientations, and yeah, it's going to give you more than enough strength. You can see you do have quite a lot of variation in terms of how high or how low you want this, just because of the stiffness of that hinge. Okay, let's just take a look at the other color variant as well. So in terms of the pack, everything is going to be exactly the same. So we'll just put all of this aside for now, and we'll take a look at the wallet itself. So out of the two colors, I think I do prefer the brown or the caramel color slightly better. You can see a little bit more of the details easier on this one, and you can see there the actual magnets. Opening it up, they are going to be identical in terms of the setup. On this one, the hinge is obviously shown a bit more because it blends in a little bit better on the black colored one, and I'm expecting the MagSafe to perform exactly the same, and yeah, it does. So the actual hinge will move before this actually comes off. So unlike a lot of MagSafe wallets that I have tested, this is one where it's not going to fall off by mistake. So one of the biggest concerns when MagSafe wallets first started popping up was the fact that you can knock it off quite easily. Firstly, this isn't going to fall off very easily, and because it has Find My built in, if it does fall off, it's going to give you the location of where it actually fell off. So that's another little positive there as well. But yeah, I don't think this is falling off by itself. Both of these are very, very strong when it comes to MagSafe strength. And in terms of cards, we've got 3 cards just there. So let's see if we can get all of those in this exterior section. I think this is going to be a 3 or more card wallet, and obviously you then have your internal ID card slot there as well, which in theory you could possibly fit 2 in there as well. I wouldn't want to stretch this too much, but on the outside this would definitely stretch over time, and because you do have that slit, you don't even have to worry about them being too hard to get out because it does push them all out nicely. I wish it did have one of these other sliders where it does actually flip out the cards, so then you can pick each one individually, but even as it is, you can still pick out all the cards. I would reckon this is going to be maybe up to 5 cards in total. For me personally, as long as it can carry 3 plus 1 on the inside, I think that should be more than enough for my use anyway. So yeah, that was a quick look at the ESR HaloLock Geo wallet with the stands built in. I think both of these perform quite well. Out of the 2, I think I do prefer the caramel color just for the contrast, and I've always liked leather products, or faux leather products in this case, that have that kind of look. So yeah, that was just a quick look at the ESR HaloLock Geo wallets. If you do have any questions about either of these, drop them down in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I really appreciate if you can also give this video a thumbs up as well. And until the next one, thanks very much for watching.